Hello, welcome back to the channel. Deplete the Fleet 11. Now hopefully today, well not today, this episode is the episode in which the focus is finally going to be 100% engine wise. I've got a new turbo core. I did try to remove, obviously this is the variable vane sort of section here. We need to unbolt this section and screw that onto this. But obviously I tried one, rounded the bolt out, tried some oxyacetylene on this bolt, again rounded the bolt out, so I had to buy some new bolts. They was just off eBay, I think they're titanium ones, but they're what are they, an M4 sort of thread diameter and by 0.7mm thread pitch. That's sort of the spacing of the threads, 0.7mm apart. So we've got some new bolts now, they should sort that out. I just need to drill them bolts out of there. That should allow this variable vane section to come away. Then we've got these 8mm to undo. That core should fall away, bolt the new core in, happy days. So firstly I've got some carb cleaner, just going to blast all this with it to clean some of the soot off. You know, I mean it's not going to be perfect, but we may as well give it a little bit of a clean whilst we're here and it's sort of in this sort of state of stripped downness. Is that a phrase? I don't know. So we'll just yeah, squirt it round. No technical way of doing it really. I might just work these veins a little bit, maybe dislodge a bit of soot here and there. This stuff will melt these gloves, it'll disintegrate them. They're nice and free anyway, we didn't have an issue with that, did we? There we are, it wasn't quite a full can that, maybe half a can, but that'll do. It's going to be better than it was. Drill now then. I've got one bolt head removed. Got these two to do. I'm just using a combination of the bluntest drill bits that I can find. Didn't really come that prepared, and I was this close to fucking off home. I'm sweating my titties off in this tin shed. But if I can get this grunt work done, get the oil feed and return pipes cleaned out, just leaves obviously bolting the turbo back up really. So if I can do that today, then tomorrow hopefully I can complete the job. Right then, are you ready for the big reveal? Oh. Huh. Right. Is that it? Now that should come out. Not sure if that fucking car I've got is the same, you know. That isn't what I need right about now. Definitely not. That should lift out, I think. Off that. Do I need the car out first? Let me have a look at that. Right, what a ball ache I've had trying to fucking assemble this. So these are variable vanes. Obviously these rollers right there, if it'll focus. 3 of them. They were all loose. Obviously when I'd separated it, they'd come off the little dowels that they're meant to sit on. I've just spent probably half an hour trying to fucking, well, I've cleaned all this up a little bit. Yeah, trying to line all these up, get the rollers in position and get that outer ring on. So what we've got now is sort of this, which obviously opens these variable vanes or variable geometry set up on the back. Obviously compared to a wastegate, just a wastegate turbo, you can control the boost a lot more with this setup. Whereas once a wastegate is open, it's opened full and you get all the boost. Apparently this, yeah, you can control it a lot better. But now this sits upside down on that over there, so I'm going to try and assemble it without dropping it to pieces again. Wish me luck. Well, managed it. All of these are located. I managed to get the main actuator located, that fat one there, and all the rollers are on. If we can see, there's one there you can see is still on, one in there, and one around this other side somewhere in there. It's not going to focus, but yeah, that's all on nice. That top to put back on. And then separate this intake housing, put it onto this one. Exhaust housing's on my toolbox over there, bolt it all back together, and I think that is going to be me for the day. It's getting hot and this has taken longer than expected, so yeah, tomorrow I'll clean them feed and return pipes out, and then we'll get on with putting it back together. Excuse the toplessness, but as you can maybe see from t-shirt tan, I don't take my t-shirt off much, but there's nobody here and it's fucking roasting. Well then, that's the turbo back together. The only thing I haven't done is this actuator arm, because it doesn't quite reach. I don't know why. Don't know whether I'm going to have to plug it in, get the scanner on, and hopefully I can actuate this fucking arm and yeah, shorten that distance, pop that back on. But that's the only thing. There isn't any play in there now, none at all. Spins nice. Another thing I think this bracket, there was about 3 different combinations where it could have gone, but it was at the bottom. That should be the bottom, the oil fucking drain. Yeah, and this fucking intake side, there was no dowel, so hopefully I've got the orientation right. I kind of tried to go off the paint marks off the old one, but yeah. So there's that actuator to sort. Clean out the fucking feed and return pipes. That's going to be the morning now, and then hopefully it'll fly back together. Right then, this is the oil feed pipe. I've shot a bit of brake cleaner through it, but because the fucking bolts don't come out, it's been a bit awkward. So I've held it under the tap. There's a hole, the outside tap over there. Held it under that, and we have got pretty decent flow through this, so I'm going to put it back on and then put the turbo back on with this. I had to rotate this inlet housing a little bit to get this to line up. But yeah, that actuator arm's on now, lovely. Nearly there, nearly fucking there. Well, she's a runner once again. Proof is going to be taking it out on the road though, so I'm going to get the actual stand from under it, clear the shite away, and see whether that howling has vanished. I'm hoping it has. Right, focus, MOT'd. There was 4 advisories, was there? Both front lower arm bushes, front discs, and a tyre on the back, I think. I'm not going to do them because I'm going to sort of leave it as part of my negotiation tactic, you see. I've got it up for £2,500. I'll put the advert in now, if I can. It's cleaned up, I've cleaned it up, it's come up alright. The worst bit of bodywork, I think, is this driver's door. A bit of a ding there, a little bit of a scratch there. But I mean, other than that, it is pretty fucking clean. The wheels probably could do with a refurb, but fuck it. Like I say, yeah, them advisories are going to be part of my negotiation tactics. So I've had a couple of people message me on Facebook. Somebody's offered £2,000, which is a bit low, really. I said 22.50 I can do. But then it's if they ask about the advisories, I'll just tell them, look, you've knocked me 250 quid off. I'm not going to do them. Give me the asking price and I will. So it's going to be one of them sort of situations, I think. And a woman seemed pretty keen. She wanted me to drive the car through for her to see. It was only 10 minutes away from where I live, so I wasn't bothered. But yeah, she was waiting on her car selling. Apparently the buyer has backed out. They were coming from Burnley, so she offered 22, I think. Would I do 2,200 bank transfer a day? One of them kind of people. And oh no, I can't. No, I haven't sold mine yet. Don't fucking say out like that until you've got the money, is my opinion. So the next thing to be doing is getting this truck back together. Like I say, a guy's left me £100 deposit. It was probably about 6 weeks ago now, maybe more. I've got a leaf spring dressed up here in a fucking high-vis jacket because I was obviously, you can see the end of it there, transporting it in the Beamer. I didn't want it fucking rubbing my fucking seats to bits, so that needs to go back on, that passenger side. The garage has been shut all this week. I say all this week, it's only Tuesday, so I'm not entirely certain what the crack is. We've had more time here than I was expecting, to be honest, but yeah, I imagine it's gonna fucking end pretty soonish, so I need this up and driving. The bloke did tell me what street he lives on, so I might go and try and fucking find him, see if he's still interested. Say he's not getting his fucking deposit back now, like, but yeah, if he still wants it, I want the rest of my money. But he was on about, oh, am I going to put an MOT on it for him? No. If I was going to MOT it, I'd be MOTing it for myself, and it'd be twice the price I sold him it for, which was £1,000. I just can't be arsed doing the welding. No fucking, yeah, had enough. And I know as soon as I do the bits I can see, as soon as I MOT it, there's going to be a shitload more that fucking pops up. So yeah, we'll get this suspension back together. I've got some new drums, new shoes and that to put on it, so we'll do all that. Whether it's this episode or not, that remains to be seen. I don't know how long it's going to be. Right, the first thing I want to do is just clean this leaf spring up. I've got a wire wheel on an angle grinder. I'm going to just paint it up in some truck bed liner spray. Just neaten it up a bit. It's better than this sort of half rusted, half not rusted look it's got going on. So let's get to it. I'm not going crazy with it, just a light sort of do-over. Then I'll just blow it off with the airline. The truck bed liner spray is obviously gritty anyway, so there's no point trying to get a smooth finish because the end product isn't going to be smooth. So these are most of the pieces of the puzzle. We've got the leaf spring, which is all painted up, looking good. There's a couple of scratches there, but I'm not bothered. This bracket, which the U-bolts go over. I'm going to have to get some new ones of them, I think. The lower shocker eye bolts into that. I've got the bracket for the top of the shocker painted up now, just in this black. This hanger, which is brand new with new bush. I'll give that a coat of the truck bed liner. It was powder coated black, but they never last, do they? So a bit of extra protection won't hurt. We've got this bracket, which I've painted up in a blue that I had left from some calipers I was doing. The only thing is this bracket, I haven't removed it yet. I haven't cleaned it up, I haven't painted it. I feel like I should, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think I'm probably going to have to order some new U-bolts. I think I did buy these about 4 years ago. It failed an MOT. It must have had uprated springs on it, because the original U-bolts were fucking about that long, and the nylock part of the nut wasn't even, the thread wasn't even poking through it. So yeah, it failed the MOT on them being too short. But I mean, the threads on there, fucking hell, they've seen better days, haven't they? Definitely. So I'll measure them up, get some new ones. Don't know whether to get some new nuts for all these bolts as well. I'll probably do that. So yeah, that's where it's at, hopefully. So I'm just waiting on that other bracket drying. Needs another coat as well, and then we'll start piecing this together. I probably will paint that other one up. Yeah, and then that's that. So I think that's going to be it for this episode of Deplete the Fleet. We shall see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.